I'm back, and today with something very simple. I went to a secondhand store and found this rattan heart, which I actually saw quite often. They come in all kinds of sizes and shapes, and you can use any kind of a heart like that or any other shape. And yeah, but I thought it looks a little, yeah, there's just not much to it. So I would like to pep it up a little bit and maybe possibly use it for the front door or something. It even has a little bit of a crack in the back, but you know what, I just glue that back together, that's not a big deal. Use this side as the front, and I thought I'm just gonna fill it with all kinds of stuff that I found outside. So I went with a little scissors, some knives and stuff like that. I went outside and just clipped away anything that I thought looks cute and wouldn't dry nicely. So we have hydrangeas and evergreens and all kinds of stuff. So I don't even want to name them all because I don't want you to go out there and trying to find what I have. You should just go out and see what's out there right now. Sedum is perfect because it's lovely. It's a fall plant and it dries very well. So all you do, this is like the coolest project ever, you take some wire and you just attach it somewhere on the bottom, and no trick, no any detail to this. So like that. And I just attach it and then I start filling these holes. So we just use the flowers, stick them in, and I just kind of fill all these spots. I mean, not all, but you know, I just want to have a nice collection of things on the heart itself. So, dried hydrangea, oops, and you just kind of take it apart. Stick it in there, but don't push it too much so it breaks. The wire is going to be the trick. With the wire itself, I'm going to go all over, ziggy-zaggy all over to hold it together. So don't be worried if it doesn't stick right away. Greenery, which gives it a nice base. So just give you a little bit of an idea what we're doing here. Yeah, so just fill it with whatever you find. Cool stuff. I think it makes it also personal again, because you can use things that you picked yourself, things that you have in your own garden, and maybe remind you of the last summer that you had, or the fall, and then in the winter time you have it hanging on your door. You can do it with children. Super easy project because you just kind of push things right into it and fill the holes. That's all it is. And of course, things like that are endless. You can put in whatever you want. It doesn't have to be plants. It could be plastic, not plastic, felt hearts or something. I think I had something here over there somewhere. Oh yeah, yeah. You know, something like that. I just collect little things and then you can push them in there to decoration material, little butterflies, whatever you find. And if you make it with kids, I'm sure they will come up with some kind of neat items that they find. So just fill, fill, fill. Glasses on. Oops. So what I like on that project is that we are kind of recycling, or let's better call it upcycling. We buy something that is most of the time relatively inexpensive because it's a second-hand store item or even a dollar store item or something like that. And I like the second-hand store because it's a real recycling. So and then you do something with it and you upcycle it, and it could be pretty much a new gift again. And it's personalized, and it's fun for yourself and maybe even for kids too. So just so you know what I'm doing, it's just filling, stuffing. Yeah. And I like the greenery. The greenery really centers it nicely. So you go for colors, you go for shapes, you know, just things that you think look cool. And maybe you already know that you had things in a vase that you thought, oh well, actually it dried up after it was a cut flower, and it quite looks good as a dried flower. So you can use these kind of things and just keep them. Roses again work very well. Obviously I would use little smaller roses because they are easier to work with. Okay. Getting close to the fun part of wrapping it all. Upcycling. I like the idea of using material that other people throw away. We save our planet. We don't throw everything in the garbage and just reuse things and make them nicer and better again. I actually do like to use things that I already have. I very often go to the Salvation Army or secondhand stores and see what I can find there. There's very interesting stuff that is used. Somebody can't use it anymore, comes from an estate or something, and I'm reusing it again. So let's just fill it nicely. And really there's no rules to how you fill these things because it is up to you. You can even put stuff right just like you lay it on top kind of thing. And if something is too big, you can just break it in the middle like this and put this on top, that. So, and then we take the wire that we attached at the beginning and we not just go right on top. And we go all over, zigzag all over. You can use regular floral wire like this, or you can use silver and gold wire, sparkly wire. You know, make the wire either so that you can see it. This roll is actually kind of hard to roll in your hands. You can make the wire so you don't see it, or you actually want the wire part of it. This one is actually an interesting one. It's called a paddle wire. And you see it's kind of hard in flipping in your hands. It's not rolling very nicely, but it's actually quite good for making wreaths on Christmas, because you can use that wire and really hold it in your hand and give it a nice tuck. So that's kind of a good. For here, it's just a little, you see I have to kind of flip it and roll it in my hands. Look at this, how this comes together. See here? This is kind of loose, so I'm going down there. And just kind of tuck it in a little bit and go right on top. Back. And I try to have the wire so it gives a little bit, almost like a netting, a little bit of a mesh, and it's not all going in the right direction. Like if I go all the same, then it doesn't look so interesting. I just want it all over the place, ziggy-zaggy. Like this. So, and you can always add on, put the wire longer. And that's actually a really good trick. My dad showed that to me. So when you have a wire, you just give it a little twist. So you make a little loop, you twist it once, hold this here, and give it a little tuck, and off it is. Because wherever you bend the wire, it's very weak, and then it breaks often. So you just make a loop, and when you pull on there, it breaks. Super trick. I'm often using that, actually all the time. So you don't need a wire cutter or anything for this. So now look at this. Very, very easy project. Fast. Looks cool. It has color option. You can use whatever color you want, maybe garland green. Actually, when I knew I had these sedums, I also found the hydrangeas that kind of had the colors that fit, bluish themes. Maybe ribbon, anything you find. Okay, so hope you like that. Give me a thumbs up if you like my project, and yeah, let me know in the comments what kind of other projects you want, and if you like this one. Okay, bye.